Hi, teammates. I do believe that Jesus is the lion with the eagle's wings, spoken of in Daniel 7, whose wings were plucked for the Gentiles. I found a new translation for the Bible, Dewey Rheims Bible. And if you go to Daniel 7 on that, it's very interesting and way different. It talks about a lioness, and it would be like Jesus being associated with wisdom as a woman. So I'm not really sure how to take that so far. Like I said, I just discovered this translation, and I'm sticking by what I believe is that Jesus is that creature with the lion with the eagle's wings. So it's something to look at and something to be aware of, and the rest of the translation seems to be pretty good. So just take a look at that and see what you think. And I'm going to use this for right now. I'm going to use this translation and try to dive into it and see what I can find. So I've got gematria today. All this here. A long wooden bridge brought us to a lake where we saw the giant lily pads. These magnificent plants can span up to 3 meters wide. A white flower blooms in the center, then changes to purple. This is taken from an article that came out 6 hours ago on today. Today is March 3rd. So just something to look at. It's talking about a trip to the Amazon area that these people took. And I got all those on the gematria, single reduction KV 814, all the way down to trigonal 1497.2. So you can take a look at those when you get a chance. I added all of them up, 88899 divided by 7, 12699, 0.857, 1429. So not the 1428 Maxla, it's a year later, 1429. So I went to 1278, which is 1269 plus 9, and got Pierre de la Broc. Okay, my name is Brock. And King Philip III of France was the ruler of this guy. He was like a royal subject, and he was hanged after 6 months after being accused of writing bad things about the King Philip. And so he kind of shows that Joash symbolism, like the burdens placed on him when he was about to die, on his way out. So that's kind of interesting. And I'm not saying he was Joash. I believe Joe Pesci was Joash, but he kind of had that same symbolism. He's like a prototype of that, a typecast of that Joash symbolism. And then Dante in the Divine Comedy talked about Pierre de la Broc as well, being falsely accused. And then 1429 AD, I got yeshaq 1. He carried a cross and wore splendid attire. First time Ethiopian emperors did that. And then he tried to make a pact with the Italians against the Muslims. So you can see all that there. So he was like a ruler. He was interesting to me, this yeshaq 1, and something to look into a little bit further. The Wikipedia page, some of it's wrong on there, like the dates are kind of wrong on the Wikipedia page if you go to 1429. But anyway, I also saw How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World. And in the world, whenever, or in the movie, whenever the dragon, the special type of dragon that's the main character, whenever he meets the female dragon, that's like a white form of the dragon that he is, and I forget what they're called, but anyway, it's a special type of dragon, and you can look it up and look what I'm talking about, but he like tries to court her, the dragon does, and the male dragon tries to court the female dragon, and she's doing all these like poses and stuff for him and like dancing around. And then she gets up in a tree and hangs upside down like a bat. Just like the Revelation 9 locusts, the ones that have that RT. They aren't G's, you know, they're like vampires, and vampires are associated with, basically they have sex on top, you know, they're not underneath the girl or whatever, you know. I'm just being blunt here. And, so she did that, and then guess what the guy does? The male dragon. He draws a line in the sand, just like Jesus does for the woman. And, the dragon owner is like, oh, so you can draw now and all this stuff. And, you know, he drew a line in the sand, and it's literally drew a line in the sand. Like, it was crazy. So see that movie if you can. There was a bunch of symbolism. And, like I said, that's part of the Garden of Eden, because, I believe that Eve, she was underneath and was supposed to be on top, be a G, you know, and that's why it all got messed up, you know, because, it was supposed to be that way from the beginning. And now we see the resurgence even in the music of it's all going the other way. It's all going back to how it was supposed to be. And then some people think the opposite of what I'm saying. So just take it all to the Lord and see what you think. And sorry I'm being so blunt. You know, I don't know how to say it, you know, exquisitely or whatever. But just keep faith. Thank you.